Today you're going to learn how to do the table. You know that task 1 from the IELTS, without memorizing phrases and without any fluff? You'll learn to identify what really matters, to do a real overview, and write sentences with academic vocabulary. If you master this band 7, easy. Before we start, I'm going to test your brain. Hold on. Tables and graphs. Now I want to hear from you. Answer me quickly. What's the difference between a table and a graph? Think. A table is for comparison. A graph is for trends. Tables show categories. Graphs changes over time, and the IELTS examiner. He wants 2 things. First, an overview, very well done. Second, accuracy. If you don't have that, your band score drops. Okay, let's go to slide 4 now. This is something you have to tattoo on your brain. It's the introduction, the overview, body 1 and body 2. Without this, you won't pass. This is called structure. It's very important for you to know. You can't forget to do the overview either. Some people forget the overview. You can't. Okay? The overview is 2 or 3 big ideas. The body is for comparison. It's never a list. Never ever make a list. Okay? So let's go to the next slide. Students do this. Canada, 12%. Japan, 5%. Brazil, 32%. That's a list. It can't be like that. Canada, 12%. Brazil, 12%. It can't be like that, okay? The examiner hates listing things this way. What you have to do is group. Group, remember that? So let's go. Who is the largest? Who is the smallest? Then who changed the most? These questions are very important. Comparison is quite different. Now let's look at the real example. Look there. Introduction plus overview, right? Here the table compares, okay? Let me see here. Intro or overview, okay? Wait, it's that one right there, okay? So, here, in this one, what went up? What went down? And what stayed the same? The introduction is very simple. Just paraphrase it, okay? But for the overview, you have to ask what went up, what went down, and what stayed the same. The overview has no numbers, guys, okay? No numbers. It's no use putting numbers in the overview, okay? And now comes the body paragraphs, okay? More than doubled, climbed, edged up, slipped. These are all slightly different ways to describe changes. You do not just write went up, went up, went up, went up. You do not repeat the words, okay? You vary it. You have to vary it. And that is lexical resource. It's one of the IELTS criteria, okay? Now hold on to this part because this is what separates Band 6 from Band 7. Here it's showing, look, regarding those punctuation marks. Overview without numbers, just to review this here, okay? Body A is body 1, right? It's showing here and already using more than doubled. Climbed instead of putting went up. And full stops, okay? Look here, in contrast, I'm contrasting. It's very important to contrast, okay? And compare, okay? And then here on this slide, we talk about increase, rise, decline. You need to know this. Increase, rise, and grow are for the same thing. Decline, fall, drop, same thing. Remain, stable, unchanged, same thing. Fluctuate if time is based, okay? And then there is a fluctuation. Adverbs of degree, that is to intensify, they go with the verb, guys. Adverbs go with verbs, okay? Adjectives go with nouns, okay? So I'm going to say it like this. It has increased significantly, or there has been a significant increase. Don't forget that. This is very, 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 very important. Synonymous words for variety. It's important to know adverbs as well as adjectives. As you can see, here are the nouns, okay? A slight increase, a marked rise, a marginal decline, no change. See? So look at the comparatives here. More than double, nearly triple. Just under, over, roughly, approximately. Let's go then to there has been. Don't forget there has been, which is very important. Use it with a noun. Look there, here's there has been. There has been a sharp increase. So, like when you have a noun, you can use there is, there are. In the right tense, of course, right there, in this case, there has been. Now, these here are the tenses, right? So let's go. Has been declined. Good, it's wrong. And where is has been declined here? It's not there. The use of semicolons has been declined. No way. How are you going to use has been? Has been a decline is okay. Using a noun, but has been declined is wrong because that's already a passive and we're not using the passive. The use of semicolons has declined or just a small decline, okay? Remember the raise from the short I made for you. So there has been a dramatic rise. Rise is the word, okay? Because raise is actually the verb here, while rise is the noun, okay? So in this case, the use of the full stop has gone up just slightly. So it's extremely, extremely important to know simple but precise grammar. Now let's level up. Let's go. We're moving. Let's level up from prompt to sentence. You don't write loose words. That doesn't exist, right? You transform them. Commas remain. So look there. Commas remain. They're loose, right? The use of commas, since we're talking about all the commas, exclamation, from that table at the start, right? The use of commas has remained virtually unchanged. Question marks. Where are the question marks? Here, okay? So the question marks rose significantly. That's beautiful, okay? And then you can simply use the verb, for example. Remembering that using the verb, you use the verb directly, not there has been declined. No, no, no. Okay, or it has been declined. No, it has declined. Or you use there has been a decline, and it's very cool, very important. It's not just cool. It's very important for you to add the intensifier. In other words, an adjective or an adverb in case you use the verb. Okay, right here. There has been a slight increase in the use. Here I use slight, okay? Here, since it's a verb, look there. Question marks are actually up significantly, as you can see. Well, see? Yes? Look here. Semicolons recorded a small drop. See? Simple but precise. Simple but precise. Now let's look at a real table. This table here, right? Internet access. It talks about internet access, okay? So here's the real test. What do you need to see? They all increased. You can see it here. Look. They all increased. But Europe remains in the lead. Right? Europe remains in the lead. India grew a lot. Very much so. Look, from 8 to 45. The gap has narrowed. This is the overview. Right? I don't use numbers, okay? I say they all increased. I take all those that increased and put them in one group. Europe remains in the lead. India grew a lot, and the gap has narrowed. Overview, band 7. Don't forget that, okay? And let's move forward. The IELTS checklist. Then before finishing, is there an overview? Yes. Is there a comparison? I'm making 2 comparisons. Are there units? Units and years included. So perfect. Are there adverbs? there are adverbs of degree used correctly. If it doesn't have, all of this fails. Here are the final errors. I'd say you take 2 minutes to check all of this. A checklist is indeed very, very important. And here is the sentence. Overview, all countries increased with Norway, and so on. So it's here, internet access, and so on. By 2020, comma, Norway, and so on. I'll just leave it here for a little while for you to take a look. And let's move on. Common traps. Errors that kill your score. Forgetting years or forgetting units. Listing everything instead of comparing. Forgot to compare, your score went down. Using significant for everything. Not changing the intensifiers, intensifying adjectives. Right? There are several dramatic and so on. Using the future tense. No, never. You will use the future. You can't. A task one must be factual, present, or past. So what appears here on this slide is the method, right? Here's the introduction, which is a paraphrase. The overview, which doesn't have numbers. The comparatives here and the degrees that can be used. So the problem is that nobody teaches you how to think. Important. Method, structure, comparison. Method, structure, comparison. Band 7 isn't perfect English. You go from 150 words, that's the minimum, right? Then there's about 170, 190. And here the table is 170 words, okay? I'm leaving it here for you to take a look. The table compares the percentage of households with internet access in 5 countries in 2010 and 2020. Look at the preposition here, okay? Important. Look at the overview. Overall, comma, all countries experience growth in internet access, with Norway consistently ranking highest and India record. See? Here I took the largest ones, right, and grouped them. I grouped them, okay? The gap between the most and the least connected countries narrowed over the period. Look, so it's important to know that in the overview there are no numbers. Then you start in body 1, repeating. In 2010, then you'll take the largest ones, group them, and compare. Then in contrast, you'll take the smaller ones. And that's band 7. It's not perfect English. Band 7 is control. Okay? And if you like this video, I would just ask you, if you don't mind, please to like it, to save it, and follow the channel. Here you learn naturally and enjoyably. See you in the next video. Thank you.